Hey Don, I just wanted to give you a quick update. I thought I'd just shoot a little video for you. See where we're at. Put a couple of 2.5 hours in today. This is a bike, Project 9, that I've got ready for a test ride. I always test ride them without the side fairing so I can keep an eye on what's underneath there and look for any leaks. Make sure everything's tight and not leaking afterwards. But here's your parts. These are ready to go downstairs and be rebuilt and cleaned and all that. And here's the bike. Got the brakes removed and the master cylinder removed. The bike is dirty, it hasn't been cleaned yet, so don't let that bother you too much. But so far, everything is checking out, the mileage match, and everything looks pretty good on it. Got the carburetors off. We're getting some flaking on these valve covers and also on the side covers. There's a few spots, and especially on the alternator covers, so we might consider having those powder coated. They look really nice when they're done. Got some genuine Texas cow shit or something on there. Stock shock absorber. I expect everything's pretty much stock on here. The charging system works fine. I checked that out. Got some corrosion here and there, but it's very common spots, and we can take care of that. This kind of stuff. But as a rule, not too much. Got a few pieces of paint missing, but if this has ever bled, this is the clutch slave. It tends to drip down and take the paint off. You can see what I mean about the flaking coming off of the powder coating. Grab a flashlight. If we look down in the one of the cylinders, if you can see down in there, there's quite a bit of carbon buildup on the top side of the valves. Probably due to the engine not being run hard, or kind of crappy gas, or just modern gas. So when we get her back on the road, I would suggest you run something like Tektron, carb cleaner, fuel injection cleaner through it all the time, and get that cleared up, and run it a little bit harder maybe. Good news up here, if the bike's ever been in a crash, it'll show up here on this fairing frame, and it'll be bent or cracked paint or something. None of this stuff is bent or anything. It looks really nice. Everything nice and clean. It's very unusual. There's virtually no bent fins on this oil cooler. The fork seals have been leaking quite a bit. Somebody's been keeping the forks clean, but I'm pretty sure the seller told me that the bike had been cleaned, or the brakes had been serviced. He told me 2 or 3 times, and there's no service been done on the brakes. So the carburetor has been serviced. It's right over here. I just pulled it off and went ahead and pulled off a couple of the or one of the float chambers to have a look. It's kind of dirty on the outside, but it's pretty clean inside. It's absolutely stock, original hoses on it. No jet kit, nothing like that. It's quite clean inside. So, good news on the carburetors, they look pretty good. This was a California bike, and the emissions have been removed at some point, but then they did stuff like this. This is how they plugged, one of the vacuum lines, and that's not how you do that. So we'll take care of all that. I think that's about it. Oh, when I pulled the bike apart, I found this spark plug lead was loose, but that's the thing. This one up here was actually hanging out of its hole. Can't quite see it like that. So it must have been just arcing, and because the bike was running okay, but that's the kind of stuff when people work on your bike, you just really don't know how good a job they're doing. All right, I'll keep you posted. Talk to you later. Bye.